My parents want my inheritance. If I don't give it to them, they will be homeless. So I'm 30, female. I've had a rocky relationship with my parents, divorced since 1999, just before the millennium, my entire life. My father married my stepmother in the year 2000. I was an only child up until this point. She had 4 children from a previous marriage.
Oh.
In the early days of their marriage, she, stepmom, was pretty toxic to me and to my dad's side of the family. Instead of letting relationships between everyone happen organically, she tried to force them. There's a lot of backstory here, and I'm trying to trim a lot of fat down that brings us to present day, so bear with me. By the way, this comes from Swiggity Wig on Best of Redditor Updates. So, when my parents divorced, my dad was allotted 42 days in the summer and every other weekend. But he would often abandon me to be with her family.
Oh.
Big yikes. Things would be taken from me and distributed to her children, etc. He would always try to buy me off with gifts to make up for hurt feelings. I often felt like I was on the back burner. He would always try to buy me off with gifts to make up for hurt feelings. I often felt like I was on the back burner. Spent that time with my grandparents instead. My grandparents decided to deed me their house when I was 9 because of this. Yeah, hey, that's a nice consolation prize. So I'd always have a home when they passed away. That's always been a sticking point to my father. He would say things like, that was such an irresponsible thing of them to do, to deed a property to a child. It clearly didn't settle well because he has still made comments within the last few years to other people. My stepmother got into an altercation in 2007 where she shoved my grandfather in his front yard to the ground. I was 15 at the time. We didn't see my grandparents for 8 months after that, and that was after his stroke. Every time my dad will pull some nonsense or defend his wife's actions, this would cause my grandmother to be petty and threaten to change their will, slowly keeping land from him for when they pass. After this incident, I wondered why he didn't leave my stepmom. They both have a history of only thinking of themselves, to the point my grandfather poor credit because my dad took out loans and cards in his name, to the point where my grandpa died with poor credit because my dad took out loans and cards in his name. Before my dad retired, he didn't save a penny. He's been grifting in ways. He has a military retirement, but my stepmom blows through it. I've been married for 8 years and I have a child. Before I had mine, my dad and stepmother had 7 other grandchildren, and they now have 11 total. My daughter is the only blood relation to my dad. He didn't get to see her because my stepmom kept him from seeing her for the first 3 years of her life. When my dad is away from her, I feel like I get quality time with him, and I have learned to set boundaries over the years to keep me or my child from being hurt. I have spent the last decade of my adult life trying to heal my inner child, not carry that baggage into my child's life, learning to love and forgive. If not,
Find the full episode by searching OK Storytime on Spotify.